Gents, it's Sunday again. I was going through the Sunday market breakdown with the team, so I decided to share some few pairs with you guys. I really hope you guys will be able to capitalize. I really hope you guys will have a profitable week. And then, yeah, man, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. Don't forget to like, share, comment, do all the great stuff for the YouTube algorithm. Let's help the channel to grow, gents. So, yeah, let's not waste time and get straight to the video. Gents. So, agent, we're gonna start off with Nasdaq. As you guys can see from your screen, I'm looking at Nasdaq from H4 time frame. So, Nasdaq is being on a very clean downtrend. As you guys can see, we've been breaking lows. We've been breaking lows, so we know that Nasdaq is in a very clean downtrend. So the last low that was broken in this market was this one here. Remember, we are on a H4 time frame, so this was the last low that was broken. I just want to mark that out for you guys. This is nice break of structure that we're having, right? And then now we, after identifying that, we can see that Nasdaq is pushing to the upside for those order blocks, right? Then we had multiple order blocks that could have played out on this Nasdaq setup. And then I remember there are order blocks that we were looking at. And then let me just zoom in a bit so that you guys can see. Then I just want to take this up till here. I just want to show you guys the other blocks that we are looking at. Okay, so let me just try to bring the chart somewhere around those areas, right? So as you guys can see, we had this order block here, very nice and clear, and then we had another order block up here. As you guys can see, Nasdaq reacted off this order block. If I can just mark it like so, right? Nasdaq reacted off that order block and then started pushing to the downside, which is something that we were looking for. Was it this one? Not really. No, not that one. We had another one. I think it was on H. Okay, let me just check this area here because there's an order block that that Nasdaq reacted off. So if not this one, then should be this one, or maybe I used a different time frame. So let's just mark that one just to see which order block did Nasdaq react off. So as you guys can see, there's the order block that Nasdaq reacted off, started pushing to the downside. As you guys can see that, and then price started breaking lows, as you guys can see that, and then price started pushing to the upside. So on my previous video, if you guys remember very well, we were looking for this order block here to see how price will get to this order block. Let me just remove some of the things so that our chart can be clean again. I'm just gonna take this and then use it for something like so, right? So we wanted to see how price will get to this order block for us to look for those nice selling opportunities. So as you guys can see, price did not give us anything. We did not have some sort of a reversal or whatever. We did not get that. So we knew that Nasdaq was most probably not gonna go to the downside, right? So let me just go ahead and explain what's happening now. So price started pushing to the downside for this order block, mitigated this order block. We had a very nice pattern. We got an entry here. Remember, that was very nice, and then we were able to bank about 10%, which was really good. Price reacted off this order block, started pushing to the upside. So I just want to show you guys what I'm looking at currently on Nasdaq. Let me just zoom out a bit. We have multiple order blocks. The reason why I'm looking for this order block that I identified here I'll give you guys the very good reason for that. Let me just remove that. So as you guys can see now, remember we want to see patterns going into other blocks. So we're having this nice reversal pattern, or should I say, because price is pushing to the downside, this is a very nice continuation pattern that I was able to identify, this being our first touch, this area here being our second touch, and then we're anticipating the third touch. And then the third touch will be in correlation with that order block. So that's the reason why we think this order block is the one that is most probably gonna play out right on Nasdaq. So obviously, it's not that far from this order block. So this is what we're gonna be looking at. We're gonna be looking at to see if how we get to those areas, right? We want to see Nasdaq being very corrective going into those areas, and then that's the area that we're gonna be looking to take this to the downside, right? So we just want to see how Nasdaq gets there. If we get a very nice pattern, then we're gonna be looking to take this to the downside all the way to our 90% rule. Remember, 90% rule says 90% of the time price do go back to where the pattern started. So in our case, this is exactly where the pattern started. It started here, and then we expect price to push back to those areas, right? But then obviously we're gonna be looking to take partials along the way. Let me just bring back that back. So obviously we're gonna be looking to take partials along the way. So we're just gonna be focusing here. Just gonna go around those areas. We want to focus in this area here, right? So now what am I looking at, right? We're looking for, should price pull back to some to this area here, I'll be looking to buy. I'll give you guys a very good reason for that. As you guys can see, we were in a very clear downtrend. If we focus in this piece of price action here, we've been breaking lows. As you guys can see that we had a last high, which was this one up here, and then price started pushing high. We took out the high, so we consider this area as a very nice change of character. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Nasdaq pushing down till this area here to mitigate this order block before pushing back to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. Um, give you guys another good reason why, because obviously we expect Nasdaq to give us patterns right going into that order block, so we can have a pattern within pattern, which is gonna be, which might be something like this. Doesn't have to give us something like that anyway, but then this is just an idea. As you guys can see, obviously this is gonna be a pattern within a pattern, and then we're gonna be expecting price to give us something like that. Should price push back down, and then obviously this is gonna be the area that we're gonna be looking to buy from, depending on how price will get there. But then if price doesn't come back down here, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to come there anyway, and then we're gonna be waiting to see price will get to those areas, we get those nice patterns, and then we're gonna be looking to take this to the downside. Just if we doesn't have to give us any patterns again, we have another structure that we're gonna be looking at. Obviously we're gonna be looking at how price gets there. Let me just show you guys what do we expect. This is called forecasting. We're planning ahead on how we're gonna be looking to take advantage, right? So let's say we don't have a very nice pattern, we're gonna be waiting for the last low to be taken out, and then we're gonna be using that area as a change of character. We're gonna be looking for those nice order blocks, and then depending on how price pushes back to those order blocks, we're gonna be looking to take it to the downside. So there's many ways to kill a cat, gents. This is what I see on Nasdaq. I really hope you guys will be able to take advantage. And then yeah, I mean, this is very very good. Should we be able to grab this from, let's say we are able to catch it there, there's a long way, there's a lot of money to be made. So with Nasdaq, it's looking really good for the coming week. I really hope you guys will be able to catch it as well. And then yeah, man, we're looking for buys around those areas there. Just to recap quickly, we're looking for buys. Should Nasdaq push back to this area, we're looking to buy from there. But then doesn't have to do that. Should Nasdaq push up, give us a very nice pattern that is in correlation with this order block, we're gonna be looking to sell from there. If we don't get those patterns, we're gonna be waiting for change of characters. We're gonna be waiting to identify new order blocks that we can take advantage, and then we're gonna be looking for something like this on Nasdaq. So just this was Nasdaq, looking really good for the coming week. I really hope you guys will be able to take advantage. The other pair that we're looking at is US30. quickly go to US30 trends. US30 is looking really good as well. I was able to take very nice buys out of US30. I should be holding even now, but then I took some partials. With US30 trends, something similar to Nasdaq, as you guys can see, we've been breaking lows, we've been pushing to the downside, as you guys can see that, and then as you guys can see, price, I didn't send this to the team because of some reason. I will tell you guys the reasons, but then I should have sent this to the team, but then unfortunately sometimes you just cannot send, right? We broke structure there, and then we knew that we had an order block up here, so this is the reason why I did not send this to the team, because this order block was mitigated, right? This order block that we were looking at was mitigated. Price started pushing to the downside. So we had another order block somewhere around those areas. That's the reason why I took this buy. But then I took this buy because of Nasdaq. Nasdaq had to go up for that, right? So that's why I didn't send this to the team. But then this was very good setup. I missed a lot of setups on USD till last week. But then so this is how I see USD, right? We mitigated that order block, but then it didn't make sense going into this order block, right? We did not have any pattern whatsoever, and then so that's the reason why I was not able to take this, right? But then now I think the reason why I took this, I think we're gonna be having a very nice pattern, something like so. This being our first touch, right? Second touch, right? And then this being our first touch at the bottom, second touch, anticipating the third touch. So that's the reason why I bought this USDT, right? So there's very long way to the upside. We can get many buys from here, from this setup, right? So most probably price will be coming for an order block somewhere around those areas, maybe on smaller time frame. Maybe on smaller time frame we're gonna be having nice order blocks around those areas. But then that was the reason for my buys. Let me just go down to H1 just to see if we can be looking, we can have another entry to the upside, right? So with this one, we use this order block. Price came to this order block very corrective, giving us this nice continuation pattern. Then we knew that price was most probably gonna start pushing to the upside, and then it did. It was a very nice trade. I took over 10% out of the market. So as you guys can see, this was the last high. We changed character here. So we're having areas that we can be looking to take our buying opportunities from. One of them being this one here. So we just want to see how price will be pushing. Maybe it will go a bit higher, coming back very corrective to that order block, giving us those nice patterns. Then we're gonna be looking to re-enter this market all the way to the upside. So this one is looking really good. I'll be looking forward to see if you're gonna be taking advantage of this one. And then obviously we're gonna be looking to sell around those third touch areas. Just this is USDT looking really good for the coming week. I really hope you guys will be able to take advantage as well. And then the other pair that I have is Euro USD. The other pair that I have is Euro USD. Let's quickly go through Euro USD and see what we are looking for. So I'm just gonna go ahead from to H4 just to explain what's been happening, give you guys a little bit of background. So with this one, we looking for those nice selling opportunities. I will try to explain that quickly. I don't want this video to be too long, so let me just go ahead and explain. As you guys can see, we've been in a very clean uptrend. We've been breaking highs, but then if let me just go to daily time frame just to give you guys more background on this one. So as you guys can see, price has been pushing to the downside since for a long time. This was the last high that was taken out, as you guys can see, and then price kept pushing higher. We took out the high again, so price has been pushing higher and higher and higher. So we expect price to pull back just a little bit, maybe for this order block that we're having on a daily, somewhere around those areas. Doesn't have to come that deep, but then those are the areas that we're looking for, right? And then now with that being said, I'm gonna drop down to H4 just to give you guys what I see with this one, right? So if we focus in this piece of price action here, we can see that we've been breaking highs, we've been breaking highs. The last low that we had was this one here, and then we took out the low, and then we have identified our area of interest. Let me just zoom in a bit. We have identified that area of interest. After that, after taking the low, we identified that area that price might come back for that area, right? And then as you guys can see, price created this nice expanding type of pattern, and then we knew that price had to come back for that order block here, and then we expanded out of the pattern, as you guys can see, just to mitigate this order block, right? If we had a very nice entry, maybe let's say a reversal pattern on smaller time frame, we should be involved in this trade already. Price started pushing to the downside, which is really good. If you can go to H1 time frame, if you go to H1 time frame, as you guys can see, if we focus in this piece of price action that we have in here, as you guys can see, price was pushing to the upside, taking out highs. We broke structure here, we changed character, same thing happened there. But then this one looks better. We change character, so we have multiple areas. I mean, two areas that we're looking at on this one. We're looking to see if price is gonna pull back to this area here or this other block up there, right? So we just want to see how price will push back to those areas, right? Depending on how price will push back to those areas, if we're having nice patterns going into that, into this other block, we're gonna be looking to take it to the downside from there. Looking really good. This is a very clean setup that one will be looking to capitalize on going into next week. And then the last one that I have on watch is gold. It's gold. We have multiple pairs that we are looking at. We have NZD CAD, we have NZD USD. We discussed NZD USD and NZD CAD on our previous video. So if you didn't see that, you can easily go back and check that, right? So with gold, I'm gonna be brief. Um, so with gold, I'm gonna be really brief. So let me just go ahead and explain what's been happening. I think I should go to daily time frame. I think daily time frame will explain this better. So as you guys can see, price is let me just wait a little bit for the charts to load. But then if you can check with this, we change character. Price was pushing to the upside. As you guys can see, this was the last low that we have identified. We did not price did not give us a new high. As you guys can see, price failed to give us a new high. It gave us equal highs instant, and then we took out the last low, which is this one here, and then price started pushing back up for those other blocks, right? Very corrective price action, giving us those nice pattern, preparing us that, you know what, you can see price starting to drop, right? So I'm gonna be brief because I just don't want this video to be too long. So as you guys can see, price went back. We had an order block. I don't know why I have removed it, but then we had an order block that was in correlation with this pattern. Price reacted of this first touch, second touch, third touch, and reacted of the order block, started pushing to the downside, showing us that there will be more opportunities to the downside. So we're just gonna go ahead and see. Let me just zoom in a bit so that you guys can see. Okay, so let me just take this there, right? So as you guys can see, we've been breaking highs. This was a very clean uptrend. We broke the high there. As you guys can see, break of structure, and then this was the last low. We changed character, price came back, and then we broke structure again. Price started pushing to the downside. We have identified our area of interest. We got this order block from H1 time frame. The order block was too big, and then we decided to take 50% of it, as you guys can see, and then price started pushing higher. If you focus in this piece of price action here, we will see that we've been breaking highs, right? We've been breaking highs to the upside, and then now the last low that we had was this one. After mitigating that H1 order block, we took out the low, so we're gonna be looking to see if price is gonna come back for those order blocks for us to push with price to the downside. So as you guys can see from daily time H1 time frame, we have a nice order block. If I can go to 15 just to make sure that we can use the correct order blocks. So as you guys can see, we sort of can use this as a very nice change of character, right? As you guys can see, so we're looking for this nice area that we can use for ourselves, which is up there. So we just want to see how price will push back to those areas, right? We need to see price giving us those nice patterns just to confirm that this order block will play out. And then that's the area that we're going to be looking to take price to the downside just. So that was the last pair that I was looking at. And then we also have GBP USD. Go ahead and check GBP USD. USD ZAR, we're looking for selling opportunities. GBP USD as well is on our watch, so you can go ahead and check that for yourself just. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Always. So yeah, gents, you made it this far. I would like to thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys a very profitable week. I really hope you guys took a lot of value out of this video. And then yeah, man, I'll be dropping a lot of videos. So if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Like the video, share, comment, do all that great stuff for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you'll be in the loop every time we drop a video. So yeah, just thank you so much for watching. See you in the next videos. Always cheers.